Hi guys, my name is Jeremiah. Today I'll be going through with you on the fold-in cardholder workshop. Okay, firstly I'll go through with you on the essentials that are packed in the workshop kit for you. We have here the rough leather, the glue applicator, the burnishing cream, 2 different grades of sandpaper, you have your nail filer, it acts as a sandpaper as well, your cotton bud, cloth here, needle, thread, and do bring along your own lighter as well as the scissors. For the lighter part, right, do use the regular lighter, not the windproof ones. Okay, the first step is to do burnishing. So where are we going to burnish? Okay, the top here, the top sides of here, this part. From here, from this last hole all the way down to here. Okay, we are not going to do the stitching portion. Likewise, the 2 sides here, the stitching portion, we are not going to do it. We're going to burnish the longer sides, top and bottom sides of it. Okay. So firstly, get your burnishing equipment ready. The burnishing cream, the cotton bud, as well as the cloth. Okay, so we'll proceed on to doing the burnishing now. Now, usually I use my pinky to dab onto the leather sides instead of cotton bud. Yeah. So for the pinky, just dab a little like this. Dab, dab, dab. Okay, what I'll do is I'll use my index finger on my pinky to spread it all around first. Okay. Sometimes at the edge here, I'll just give a little more. Okay, I'll put a little more at the back, where the fiber portion is at. Why? It's because when we are removing our cards and stuff like that, it will tend to fray up the leather at the back. So this gives the fiber a little bit more strength to bond together. So try to do it evenly. Okay. If you have excess here, something like that, okay, if you have excess in the front and the back, do use a tissue, okay, and wipe the excess away. Okay, next, we're going to use the cloth over here, okay, wrap your index finger with this cloth like so, okay, and then after which, while doing the burnishing method, you need to actually do like a 45 degrees angle. Your finger will be placed in a 45-degree angle of the side of the leather. Okay, for example, we are doing the back portion of the leather. So when we are doing the back portion of the leather, do look out for the fiber direction. So if I'm going down this way, I feel it's rough. Can you see a bit of particles coming up, or rather the fiber coming up? Okay, what you want to do is to go the other direction and you'll feel it's smoother. So at this point, you identify the fiber direction already. Okay, wrap your index finger with this cloth and go up. Just one direction will do. Okay, remember the 45 degrees angle. Your finger run along the side of the leather. And then next, flip it over, okay, to the smooth surface. For the smooth surface, you can just go up and down, doesn't matter. Why? Because it's smooth. Okay, and lastly, once you're done with this, go onto the top of the leather and, sorry, not on the top, down to the top side of the leather and do the burnishing, the polishing. So it gives the leather side a shine. You can see from here, it's much smoother. Okay. Now we'll go on to do the sides here, as well as the top and bottom sides of the strap. Okay, now for the second step, once we are done burnishing, the second step is gluing and a bit of sanding. Okay, prepare your items: the rough leather, the glue spreader, the glue, the nail filer, and a needle. I will explain to you right now on why do we need all these items. Okay, now firstly, the strap will be placed from the fourth hole. Okay, fourth hole here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place the strap down. Likewise on the other side. Okay, like this. Now, the next thing we're going to do is use the needle here to make a marking to indicate to you that you are going to put a strap here. So from fourth hole, 1, 2, 3, 4, draw a line in between the fourth and fifth hole. Okay, 2 more holes down, you will draw another line. Likewise on the other end as well. Just make a marking, an indication. Will do. Okay, something like this, and the other side as well. Okay, now next, take up your nail filer. Okay, we're gonna sand down the portion that you have marked. Why? Because when we are applying the glue, if the glue is on a smooth surface, it's easy for the glue to not stick well. Okay, so for the contact glue to work well, it needs a better bond edge, or rather a rough surface, so that it can bond better. Okay, so for here, how do I sand it? Usually I use my index finger to block the part that I'm going to stop at and all. So for this side, I'll just go up and down, just right at the edge will do. Just to make it rougher will do. Try not to go overboard. Overboard meaning over the line. Okay, something like this. Do it on the other side as well. Both sides done. Okay, next we will squeeze, or rather ooze out a little bit of glue. Just a little will do. Not so much. This is for the strap. We're going to glue down the strap. Use the glue spreader. Dab a little on the edge. Okay, and spread a little bit like this. Spread it out. Try not to get it into the hole. If you get it into the hole, do use the needle that is provided for you to poke through the hole, or rather, to clear the hole. Here you go, on the other end as well. Okay, on the back of the strap is the rough portion. Try not to cover the hole, just at the edge will do. The glue dries pretty quickly, so don't worry about it. Okay, it's contact glue, so if it's not dried at all, it wouldn't stick well. So to make it work, you need to let it dry a bit, and after which you can stick it on. Okay, now we have some excess glue here, right? Do take a tissue and wipe the excess away. Okay, so you can use this again. Now next, once the glue is dry, you will see it's transparent. Okay, let it sit for a while more, and we're going to place it on. Once done, stick on the holes. Okay, make sure when you're sticking the glue, the alignment has to be right, something like this. Can you see? If not, sanding process will be very difficult for you. Okay, on both edges, press it down. Okay, press it so that there's no air bubbles in there. Now next, Okay, where are we going to glue? Where are we going to apply glue? It's from this hole all the way down to the last hole here, and we will stick them together like so. Okay, make sure the both holes are aligned before you press it down properly from here to here. Okay, so we apply glue now. Okay, once it's done, okay, remember the joining process here, it's got to be good. So look left, up and down, or you can use the needle to actually poke through. Make sure it's straight. Yep, you can see. Okay. Next, make sure the sides are flush. Okay, don't worry about this small little hole here, you can just press it down like this. Okay, on the other edge as well, on the other side as well. Here, press it down. Okay, once done, we'll move on to, we'll move off to stitching. Okay, so for now, the third step is stitching. So get your stitching essentials ready, the thread, needles, scissors, and your lighter. Okay, so how much of a thread is needed for this card holder on one side? Okay, it's about 4.5 times of this length. So how do you go about doing that? Okay, just take your thread, ready. Oops, okay, so here, this is 1 time. So just multiply it, 2, 3, 4 and the half. Okay, so get your pair of scissors, cut it away. So 4.5 times is about this length. Okay. Now you need 2 of this thread for each side. Okay. So now I'm going to show you how to put on the needles. So for this, you have to squeeze the press the edge of the thread so that it's easier to put into the hole. Okay. Once it's done, okay, put the pointy part upwards. Okay, face the pointy part upwards. Next, what you're going to do is leave about 7 cm or 6 cm of this thread here. Go all the way to the top of the pointy part of the needle. Can you see from here? And pierce it through the thread. Leave about 2 cm gap. Okay. So you use your index finger as a support. Okay, like this. So you pierce through the thread. Leave about 2 cm gap here. Okay. Now next, you will see a C or D shape. Alright. Now you see a very big D now. Make it smaller by pushing it down and pulling the base. Okay, here you go. Now next, what we're going to do is that we're going to grab the smaller part of the thread here. I mean the shorter part of the thread, and pull down. Pull through, okay? Just pull through, like so. All the way through, okay? Follow through and you see something like this. Now do it on the other end of the thread. Okay, so in one thread you will need 2 needles, each needle at each end. So same thing again, put it through. Okay, leave about 6 or 7 cm, go all the way to the top, leave about 2 cm gap, and use your index finger as a guide and push it through. So you pierce it through, can you see? Okay, make the D smaller or C shape smaller. Okay, now pull the shortest part of the thread through. So just pull down all the way through. There you have it. So here you go. One thread, two needles, each needle at each end. Okay. Now, we're going to proceed on to stitching. This is the very easy portion, really. Okay, so just bear with me if you don't know, if you can't really get the explanation and all. I'll try to be clear on this. Now, usually when I hold my card holder, okay, I will have like a default position in holding. So this is my default position. Okay, this shape here. So when I'm stitching this side, okay, it's always from the left to the right. Likewise on the other side, what I will do is I'll flip it over. See this shape here? Still maintaining the shape. I'll stitch from the left to the right. Okay, so from here, left to the right. Now, I'll poke the needle in to the first hole. Okay, first hole, all the way through. Make sure the thread is even, okay, on both sides. Okay, now, I usually use my left hand to clamp it down. So, left hand, clamp the thread at the back. So when you're pulling the front thread, it wouldn't go through. Now, the needle that is facing you, okay, the needle that is facing you goes into the next hole. Okay, goes through to the next hole, like so, goes through the next hole, pull down. Okay, give it a tuck down, like this. Okay, once you give it a tuck down, this needle like go through, hold it there, and let the other needle that you have not touched yet go above the needle. Okay, so here the thread is at the up portion. Go back into the same hole where the needle came out from. Okay, can you see? So you go into the second hole. So basically, it's just alternate holes that you're going through. Okay, so here, go above. So the needle here will go above the thread here. Can you see? It's above the thread. The front is as well above the thread. The needle is above the thread. Do not pierce through the thread. If you do pierce through the thread, just pull it out again, readjust everything, and go above the thread. Above the thread. Okay, pull through, and then make sure you pull both ends. You give both ends a nice tug. Okay, this is very important because if it's loose, it wouldn't look nice. Now, next needle that is facing you again goes into the next hole. Goes through to the next hole, you pull downwards. Okay, pull downwards, you swap over to the other needle. Okay, and go above the thread. Okay, same thing, above the thread, pull through, and give it a nice tuck. Again, needle that is facing you goes into the next hole, goes through to the next hole, pull down, swap over to the next needle. Okay, go above the thread, pull through. Now, most of you will be wondering, how do I continue from here? Just do the same. Okay, needle that is facing you goes into the next hole, goes through to the next hole, you pull down. This one goes down, the other one should go up. The other one meaning the other needle. Okay, goes above the thread. So do this all the way until the end, and I'll teach you how to. Now we are at the end. I'll show you the close-up on how to end it. So usually when you want to end a thread on your product, you don't want it to face the front of it. Okay, so we will end it at the back here, so that it's not so ugly. Okay, when you look at it in the front. Now, make sure you pull tight on both ends first. Okay, next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the needle at the back here, okay, to go into the next hole under the thread. Can you see? Okay, and then when you pull through, it should be in between the hole here. Okay, in between both sorry, not in between the hole, in between the both threads here. Okay, try not to pierce through the thread. Now, pull through first. Okay, make sure that the thread is parallel. Can you see? Now, same needle here that you pull through, okay, goes back into the third hole. Okay, goes back into the third hole. Okay, at the back here, I need you guys to do something. I need you to pierce through the thread here. Can you see? Okay, I need you to pierce through the thread. Go through. Pull this down. Okay, make sure it's parallel again and pull. See here? Pierce through the thread, right? Okay. Okay, why we pierce through the thread is because later on when we cut off the thread here, we use the lighter to light it. Okay, and if you start pulling this out, it wouldn't be so easy to actually come off. The thread wouldn't be so easy to come off. Now here, the needle here, over here, in the front, go into the second hole, go through, and pierce through the thread. Can you see? Oops. Let me focus this. Yep, okay. So you pierce through the thread, pull through, make sure it's parallel in front again. Okay. Now when you pull through, make sure you pull both ends tightly. Okay. Take your scissors out, trim it. Okay. Not too short, okay? Something like this will be good. Okay? Something like this will be good. Now next, use your lighter. Just use the blue flame, will be easier. Okay, and once done, press it down. Okay, something like this. Okay, so doing it on the other end, and then after which we will do burnishing. Okay, now for the last step, it's burnishing. So get your burnishing items ready. Burnishing gum, cotton bud, 2 grids of sandpaper. So you have the darker one and the lighter one. The darker one is for it is rougher, so it's for taking down the excess first, and then the smoother one is for your finer smoothing of the sides. Your nail filer acts as a rough sandpaper as well. If let's say the edge, right, is very uneven, okay, when you stick it, you can use this. If not, this will be good enough. Now next is this cloth here. Okay, now to go on, just open up the burnishing cream. Okay, dab a little to the parts that you have not done. Remember, we have done this side here. Okay, so here, just dab a little. Okay, excess, don't worry about it. Take a tissue again and then wipe the excess away. Okay, now wrap your index finger with the cloth. Okay, now for the smooth side, you can just go up and down, same thing, up and down. So basically on both sides it's smooth already, so you can just go up and down. You don't have to worry about the fiber direction. Now on the top here, on top of the side, just go up and down. Okay, now notice there's some glue, excess glue coming out from there. Don't worry, just use your index finger and clean it away. Now once you're done with this side, okay, I need you to use the rough sandpaper and sand down this edge here. Okay, go on to this side, up and down motion, sanding it. So when you're sanding it, you actually remove the excess glue as well. So remember, when you're sanding it, right, the chances of you having a bit more rough edge on the corners here, or rather on the edge here, is quite high. So I need you to actually sand down like a 45 degrees angle here, just to smoothen up the sides. Okay. So when you are sanding it, Okay, very important part is that it needs to be of the same color. Okay, right now you can see here, this part here is one tone, the middle is another tone, and then the left side is another tone. So the left and the right side, they are the same tone, just that the middle um, is a bit downwards. Okay, that means we are not really sanding the full part inside. So we need to keep sanding until you see like the same color. So that means you're doing a good job in sanding it down. So you can see something like that. Okay. Now next, after which we're done with this rough sandpaper. Okay. The next step is to use the burnishing cream again. Dab it on. Okay. Clean the excess away. Up and down motion. Something like this. So this is just one time of the rough sandpaper. Okay. Let's say for example I'm done with the rough sandpaper. What do? I will proceed on with the smoother one. Okay. The smooth one is basically your final step to make it smooth. Okay. So here, sanding it. The side as well. Move the edges here. Up and down. Okay. Let's dab a little of the burnishing gum. Off. Okay. You see from here? So it's much smoother. You want to make it seamless. Okay. So here, and the other side. This is the side that is the raw edge here. So this is not done, and this is basically done with the burnishing. Okay. Now if let's say it's still rough and all, just repeat the process of using the rough piece. So once you're done with the rough piece of sandpaper, you put the burnishing cream, use the cloth. After the cloth is done, do not go onto the smooth sandpaper. The smooth sandpaper is always your final one. So you can actually go back up to your rough sandpaper and try to make it smoother again. Okay, then repeat the step on the other side, and we are done with the product.